Welcome back, guys. In this new video I will be looking at a sketch from CSEC 2006. This question asks for the students to make a neat pictorial sketch in good proportion to illustrate an exposed section of a typical wooden partition framing construction with a door frame. So three things that you must be keen on: good proportion. It means that ratio and proportion has to be established. They also want you to show the door framework, and it should be of a wooden partition. For the drawing, you must show the following: stud, sole plate, skirting, and door frame. You're also required to label all the following. So this is a typical image of a partition, which shows the different components for the typical door and the window. At the top here we have the top plate or head plate, and in this case this is typically double in construction. For the door above here we have the head plate. So for timber for timber structures or timber walls, we typically don't have a lintel per se. We have a header, and here we have these are the king studs, and we have the trimmer. So the door typically has two, or in some cases three, of these studs. Studs are the vertical members that makes up a timber wall, pretty much. The sole plate is the horizontal piece at the base. The sole plate is where the wall is fastened to the floor. In some cases this might be double, but in most cases it is single. Here we have cripple. These are the short. Are name given to the short studs. Studs that doesn't run from the top plate to the sole plate, so referred to as cripple. So you'll find cripple here. You can also find cripple above the door as well. Here for a typical window, we have a sill, we have our cripple, we have our trimmers, and our king studs. I think it's important that I show you some pictures of what skirting is. Skirting is basically this a piece of or a board that is placed at the base of a wall in most houses. So this is a skirting. This is a skirting right here. This is sheetrock. This is the board that is placed placed at the base of the sheetrock right there. So another example of skirting is this. Here's another skirting right here. Have another skirting here. So this piece of board that is placed at the base of the wall and the floor. It acts as a protection from damage and also to enhances the appearance. So now that you're aware of all the different components, you're aware of what a stud is, what a sole plate is, what the skirting is, and the door frame. It's now time for us to sketch this. So to create a pictorial sketch of this, first I'm going to start, but pictorial means 3D, means three-dimensional view of this. So I'm going to draw this right here. So they want us to show the stud, show stud sole plate. So these are the studs. Studs are the vertical members. That is one stud, and studs are placed at 16 inches apart. Is there another stud? Another stud there. Yeah, and I'm gonna place they want us to show a door frame. So I'm gonna add a door here. So here will be a space of my door. Space of my door there. Yeah. And I'm gonna add another stud here. Now above here we have uh the top plate. We typically have a top plate up here. Even though this question didn't ask for a top plate, but I'm gonna add a top plate to it. And top plates are normally in pairs. Yeah, they're normally in pairs. Alright, so remember now that the top plate is normally in pair. This is normally double. This is normally double. Alright, so I'm gonna draw another one over this. Right, so we have two pieces here. We have one that runs in this direction. So I'm using the symbol for timber to distinguish these. So we have two pieces there. Here is one stud, here is our second stud. And this is our door opening. Remember, above here we have the header. Above here we have the header. And the header, sometimes it looks like this with cripple, or sometimes I might use just a one broad thick piece of board over there to represent that. Yeah, sometimes the header might contain a cripple. Now, this is referred to as the king stud. That's the king stud right there. So in this case, I will be adding the other section for the baseboard, for the skirting or baseboard, same thing. And of course, here is where the door would be. The casing would be placed over this section. So the sheetrock would be on first. So the sheetrock would be over this. Then the door casing, and then the skirting. Yeah, so all of this will be covered by the plyboard. So you would not be seeing anything here. So this is basically the sketch, a sketch for the thing there. So here, I need to label this. Here is the Kingston, Kingston, this is referred to as the trimmer. The trimmer, and these studs are typically 4 by 2 or 100 by 50 millimeters. The noggin, which acts as a support. The noggins are not always used. Here is the header, and up here we have the top plate. Top plate up here. Top plate. Top plates actually. And down here we have the sole plate. You have the sole plate. Sole plate. I have the sole plate, and that is basically the framework for that, for this question. I think that is CSEC 2006 free and sketch.